The bike fucker. So my phone rings, and it's Marcella, and she says, Jonas, somebody fucked my bike. I laugh. You mean they fucked up your bike, like they messed it up? I picture her in high ponytail and leggings, all mad because somebody stole her back tire or her handlebars, and now she can't get home. I take a lunch break, and I bike over. Nobody messed up her tires or nothing. Somebody fucked Marcella's bike. She's got one of those bike seats that's high under the ass with a groove down the middle to take weight off the soft tissues, is what the bike shop guy said. But it keeps her vagina from getting sore when she bikes a lot. She's real athletic. The leather seat is all pasty, and there's jizz down on the crossbar, and under the pedal there's an empty foil packet of lube like they give out at Student Health. Oh shit, I say, somebody fucked this bike. Now she laughs at me, and we're both laughing at this poor bike. What are we gonna do? It's been fucked. What we do is we go to Rite Aid, and she buys plastic gloves and cleaning wipes, and I buy a sandwich. And I watch while she cleans the seed off of her bike seat and disinfects it a few extra times. We laugh, but mostly we're grossed out and we don't want to talk about it. I kiss her goodbye and I bike back to work, and she goes home and takes, she tells me, a long fucking shower. Jesus. But the next day I get a university police department email reporting sexual harassment and or vandalism because somebody else's bike got fucked. And the next email describes 3 new cases, and then there's a campus alert for the suspect, assumedly male, who's all hot for a sweet body on 2 wheels. Facebook just goes nuts for this bike fucker. And soon Marcella is low-key famous as the original bike fucky. And for a month, the bike fucking scene just explodes. People are printing shirts with bikes on them that say, "Get fucked, UC Davis," and "Save a cowgirl, fuck a bike," and never forget, bike fucker 2K16. According to Ricardo, who does campus security, the police think there's copycat fuckers because bikes are getting fucked like 10 a night. And who's got the stamina to fuck so many bikes, right? But then it's spring break, and no bike fucks are reported, so campus police, according to Ricardo again, figure the fucker is a student and he went home to do laundry. But the bike fucks never start up again. They're done. But when Marcella gets her bike from Sam's garage after spring break, it's different somehow. She's got one of those 80s men's bikes with the curved handlebars and the super thin tires. And she looks super hot on it because she's really tall and fast, and she bikes all leaned over like she's got places to be. The bike is toothpaste green with orange stripes and a flat, straight post from the seat to the handlebars. So she can't wear skirts when she rides, but that's okay. But when she gets her bike back after break, the middle bar of the bike is curved somehow. It slopes down towards the pedals in the middle, like somebody melted it just there. Marcella acts like she's not sure whether it's really bent, but it's definitely there. We check with a ruler, and Sam agrees. So we ride home together, and I look over at her while we're riding, and the curve of the bar is like the slight dipping curve of her belly while she stops pedaling and coasts. Over the next few weeks, the curve gets worse, and other people whose bikes got fucked come up to me after class and ask whether it's happening to her bike too. They check around over their shoulders when they ask, embarrassed, like I'll think they're crazy, but then I show them her bike and they're relieved. Nobody knows how it's happening. We bring her bike inside for a few nights, but it's still more curved each morning, so we put it back outside. Soon the bar bends all the way nearly down to the pedals, and it's like one of those sloping lady bikes, just a smooth arc. We look at it laying on the ground when we're sitting in the park one long hot night after finals, and she points out that it can't curve anymore. There's nowhere else for it to go. And when we're biking home in the dark, past the pond, something about the quiet makes her shout, "Get fucked, bike fucker," and ding her bell a bunch of times, even though people are sleeping. She knows. That next morning is one of the great ones, where it's warm and I wake up to her in my arms with her hair all over the place, her cheeks sticky on my chest, her lips a perfect angel's pout. And we decide to go to the farmer's market, but we can't get out of bed because our bodies fit together too well. At 1, we peel ourselves off of each other and we get dressed and we walk downstairs in her bike. It's a fucking tandem bicycle now. It's got another set of wheels and an extra seat behind hers, but the back half doesn't match the front half. It's not turquoise with orange stripes, it's navy blue and says Steve Potts and has chunky mountain bike tires, like my bike. And my bike's just sitting there all smug in the sun. So we both get on Marcella's double bike, and instead of stopping at the farmer's market, we keep going, deep through the citrus orchards, through winters, past the fields, up the hills. And once it's dark, we stop and find a restaurant for dinner. She takes the first French fry and she closes her eyes for a second. And for a second, she's a Mona Lisa. She's a Keira Knightley. She's a Beyonce. She's a vision. My heart hurts for her. And after the restaurant closes and everyone leaves, we're putting on headlamps and sweaters to go home, and there's a bike in the rack, just sitting there, left out for the night. And Marcella looks at me and she says, "Jonas, hang on. I'm gonna fuck that bike." And she does.